Pro, leading to more efficient water uptake for stronger plants and more bushels per acre. No other corn fungicide protects against foliar diseases and increases ROI like Xyway brand fungicides. Talk to your FMC retailer to enjoy this unfair advantage. Always read and follow all label directions.
Serve Pro of Piatt DeWitt County's for fire and water restoration, reconstruction, and now duct cleaning to keep your air healthy. Find out how they can help you by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police splatter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
News time, 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Tuesday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 8 o'clock newscast, streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. The Clinton FFA chapter joins the national celebration of its programs and all they have to offer. On the WHOW Afternoon Farm Show Monday, Audrey Holland, the treasurer for the Clinton FFA chapter, told Regional Radio they started planning for FFA week a while ago. Paisley Schick notes they work with their junior high chapter to give them a taste of the planning.
Planning our advisory for a couple weeks now, and we've had a bunch of shopping lists and stuff, and having to decide our games for our assembly and then our dress-up days as well. And we've been trying to incorporate our junior high leadership team and letting them decide a day for FFA week as well. And then they're going to come over for our assembly to kind of experience high school FFA.
Obviously we're together as one chapter, but they have a junior high leadership team, and they just help us at various meetings and kind of assist our officer team. But so they've given us feedback with our planning, and they got to decide one dress-up day, like Audrey said. And then their other big help that they do for us is our assembly. They'll come out and help put it all on, and then they do their own activities throughout the week. I know they're doing their own Barnyard Olympics Friday or Wednesday night, and just other things around their school.
According to Holland, the membership this year has been steady, and she is confident in the incoming 8th graders. Mabry Schick notes this year the freshmen have been very involved in the program.
Yeah, they are. We've had a lot of people, I think about the same as last year, but I know the junior hires coming in next year, there's a strong group of them too, so I think it will really keep our program running.
And our freshman class this year has been really involved, so that's good to bring more people in.
So we publish a lot of it on social media, and we have our chapter meetings that brings everyone together. But as well, I know we go out and talk to the junior hires and inform them about it. One of the things our junior high leadership team is doing this week is informing all of the 6th graders about FFA, so they can start getting started in FFA 7th grade. And then we just really like to promote it to them at a younger age, because when you're younger it's easier to get involved that way. You show more of an interest at that age. So we just like to include the junior high as much as we can, so that way it pulls their interest into high school.
Alongside FFA, it's also record-keeping time for chapters, and Paisley notes it's getting done in a group effort. This helps students to achieve their state FFA degrees.
So we have a few people that are doing that this year, but so my SAE for our record book is beef entrepreneurship, but we have Tristan and Logan that are both very involved with their SAEs, and they have both been recommended for their state FFA degree, so that's very exciting. So it's a very good thing to have on your college thing and everything, and it's not super hard to get, so a lot of kids want to participate in that.
Sure. Mabry, do you have your state degree yet?
No, I'm working towards it right now, but my SAE is also in beef entrepreneurship. But I think I'm going to try and go for it next year.
So usually you would pick a area. So mine's sheep production, because I show sheep, and then theirs is beef because they show cattle. So it's just something you're passionate about, or animals you have, things you have, whatever. And then you would keep a record book, so money you make, just different things, for sheep production, and I show, so different shows I go to and how I did with that, and then the money I spent and the money I got back. So you would fill all of that out, and then you can go and compete at section proficiencies, which we have a couple of people competing with that as well. And then you can submit that and get your state degree as well.
Keep up with all things Clinton FFA on Facebook or Instagram, and you can find a replay of yesterday's discussion with the members of the Clinton FFA chapter by searching WHOW on Facebook and YouTube. A well-established community member is teaming up with a Clinton nonprofit to improve your mobility and flexibility. John, on the WHOW Morning Show Monday, former Clinton Junior High School principal John Pine told Regional Radio he is hosting a new class called Back to Basics. It takes place at the Clinton Y and is geared towards maintaining your physical mobility in older adults.
Well, this class is called Back to Basics, and that's really what it is. We just do some basics exercises and drills. Our main focus is on agility, balance, stability, and coordination. It's not an athletic class, and it is for adults. I don't want to say older adults, but pretty much is. And we really practice these things in order to lessen our chances of falling as older adults tend to do. For balance, we do a lot of things that are applicable to things we do at home, like standing on one leg, reaching up high onto a shelf to get something down. We do a lot of footwork, backward stepping, crossover stepping, just things like that we do at home, taking 3 steps, bend down, pick up a sock off the floor. You do that at home. Well, we kind of do some drills that mimic those types of things.
The class takes place on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the Clinton Y, and Pinus says that anyone is invited to try it, even if you're not in the older adult age.
Class meets on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 to 11:30. And as Rennie said, we're encouraging people, not even members, just come try the class, see how it works out for you. And anybody can come. I think our youngest member is 33, and I think our oldest is, in the 80s, I think. So,
there you go.
Yeah, quite a range. Do this upstairs in the aerobic studio.
Exercise.
Yeah, the aerobic studio. Once a month, we go down to the spirit room, which is a mat room. It's loaded with mats, and we actually practice falling and getting up. I show them some techniques where we can fall forward, fall backwards without getting injured, hopefully, and different ways to get up from a fall. The footwork, I really think helps out in that. I just think it's a fun class, great class.
Pine says the feedback for the class has been positive and has heard from her testimony from those that have attended and how it's benefited
We
them.
started the class in September. Yeah. We have probably seven or 8 people that come almost every time. We've had as many as 17. That's kind of a max amount in that class, but take much more in that room. But I think people enjoy it. They seem to like it. As a matter of fact, I had one lady told me she got out of the car at church, stepped down, missed the curb, and immediately did the crossover step that we've been working on.
Hey,
and she goes, it really saved me from falling.
Nice.
We do a lot of things, as I said, that mimic everyday activities, and I always chuckle at church when people stand up. They always grab that pew in front of them and pull themselves up. Well, we want to get to where we can just stand up and sit down without being like grandpa and moaning and groaning and having help. It is, and that too is what we're hoping is just keep mobility, keep moving, and keep that good, fun quality of life of being able to be active.
Participate in the Back to Basics mobility class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the aerobics room at the Clinton Y. Get more information at ClintonCommYMCA.org. February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and this year a campaign is promoting boundaries for teens in relationships. Andrea Coker is the Director of Services at Willow Tree Missions and indicates they encounter a lot of young people who are victims of tracking and or stalking. Additionally, the abusers oftentimes insist on spending all their time together.
So with teenagers specifically, there's a few things that we see more often. One of the big ones is tracking or stalking. One partner will the abusive partner kind of demands to know where their partner is all the time. It could even be like within the school. Oh, I was at the lunchroom and you were late. Where were you? Or I went to the parking lot after school and you were like 5 minutes late. What were you doing? At games, at kind of an all-encompassing, a general needing to know where you are all the time. It's a major red flag and it's a boundary that needs set to stop it from happening. Another big one at this age is, if you love me, you'll spend all your time with me, because we don't have a lot of time as teenagers. We have school, we have these other aspects of life. So if we do have time, you really need to spend that time with me and not anybody else.
An abuser may ask their victim to eliminate relationships with the person of the opposite sex. Coker says sometimes these things may sound appealing to the victim because they're framed as how great that person is.
Another big one is eliminating relationships with the opposite sex. Blaming the opposite sex for the reason that that relationship needs to end between the abused party. Saying things like, it makes me really jealous and I don't trust him, so you need to change your behaviors because I can't trust him to be around you, and kind of planting that barrier to stop other relationships. And then another really big one is, you're struggling a lot, you have a lot going on in your life. If I just help you change, your life will be easier. But it's to make your life easier. I'm not changing you for me. I just know how to make your life better, so let's do it my way. And at this age, that's really convincing, and all of that feels like love. He wants to spend his time with me. He does get jealous, and that's awesome. He thinks I'm so amazing that I can see where he's coming from, or he's right, I do have some qualities that aren't great, and I need to change those.
Coker explains an abusive relationship for teens will start to show signs early, and the abuser isn't always good about being discreet. However, because of the hormone rush of a young person, these things are often ignored.
Yeah, I think at this age, it truly starts day one. Little things. Again, I go back to this big hormone rush, I do want to spend all my time with them. But ultimately, I do think they all kind of show up pretty early on. But I feel like at this age, the abuser isn't as good at masking it. So it's a lot more bold. But the abused person is more likely to justify it or not notice that it's bad behavior. Where adults don't either, but kids especially are so infatuated and don't really know what healthy is, so they think this is just fun.
For more information on all things Willow Tree Missions in Piatt County, visit willowtreemissions.org or find them on Facebook. FFA chapters across the country are celebrating National FFA Week. On the WHOW Afternoon Farm Show Monday, Heyworth Chapter Vice President Emma Quinton told Regional Radio they will kick off the week with trivia and dress-up days. They have a good core of students who participate. However, they find there's a misconception among their fellow students that this week is just for FFA students.
Fun activities planned, starting with some morning trivia and dress-up days. Our dress-up days this week are: Tuesday is Stationed by the Flag, so students are to wear patriotic attire. Wednesday is Country versus Country Club. And Thursday is Beneath the Rising Sun, so students can wear all their tropical gear. And Friday is Blue and Gold Day, or unofficial dress. We also have FFA bingo, scavenger hunts, lots of prizes, and an assembly on Friday with a guest speaker being the Illinois FFA Vice President, Brody Will. I feel like we have a strong group of students. I wish it was more around the school. I wish more people participated. It's really hard to get the non-FFA kids to participate in FFA week activities. I feel maybe they just don't. They feel maybe it's more of an FFA just activity. But we try really hard to get all students to participate in our fun activities.
Chapter President Jolie Maharis indicates her favorite part of the week is the events they've planned to participate in. For example, the chapter is hiding rubber ducks around the school that students can turn in for prizes.
Yeah, so my favorite part is probably all the different bingo and scavenger hunts we do. So our scavenger hunt this year, we're hiding little rubber ducks around our school for people to find, and then they can go out to our ag shop and get a prize from. And then we have FFA bingo, which we will probably do throughout the day and just call it to get prizes, which are like gift cards for local places around. So we'll just do it at a random time during the day, mostly like the morning and probably at the end of the day when everybody's just like there and just getting in the mindset of going to school.
Get more information on all things Heyworth FFA by finding them on Facebook and Instagram. News time is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Time now for a quick look at this morning's obituaries. 84-year-old Margaret Sue Murphy of Clinton passed away February 11th. A massive Christian burial for 84-year-old Margaret Sue Murphy will be Thursday at 10:30 at St. John's Catholic Church. Burial will follow at Woodlawn Cemetery. The visitation is from 5 to 7 p.m. Wednesday at the funeral home with the Rosary at 4:30. Memorials can be directed to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. 94-year-old Norman Eugene Leggett, formerly of Clinton, passed away on February 12th. Services for Norman Eugene Leggett will be at 11 a.m. Saturday at Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton. Burial will be at Woodlawn Cemetery. The visitation is from 10 to 11 a.m. Saturday at the funeral home. Memorials can be directed to Lightways Hospice and Serious Illness Care in Joliet. Coverage of news, or rather news streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet Service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4Ls with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
Farmers deserve nothing less than the best to keep their operations growing. We've believed that since opening our doors over 40 years ago. At AgroLiquid, our team of experts work with you to formulate a nutrition program that connects your fertilizer needs with your cropping goals, merging agronomy with economics on your farm. Get solid agronomic advice and positive results that'll make you a return on your fertilizer investment. Find your crop nutrition expert at agroliquid.com.
PG. Parental guidance suggested. With SRN Sports, I'm George Williams. In NHL play last night, it was round 3 of the four-nation face-off, the all-star format that the NHL is using this year. And it was Team Sweden holding on to a 2-1 lead to go on to defeat Team USA 2-1.
The Americans are getting exactly what they wanted, a rematch with Canada. A 5-3 win for Canada over Finland set up another clash between the two rivals in Thursday's championship game in Boston. U.S. coach Mike Sullivan.
I think it's great for hockey that there's an opportunity for these two teams to meet again.
The United States defeated Canada 3-1 on Saturday in Montreal in a chippy round-robin game that featured 3 fights in the game's first 9 seconds. Canadian forward Brad Marchand says his team will be ready for the rematch in his NHL team's own building.
We're obviously really excited about it. Have another crack at these guys.
I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And this is SRN Sports. NBA will return to regular season play on Wednesday following its All-Star weekend. It'll be the Hornets playing the Lakers, and the reviews from the round-robin All-Star format still coming in. Some of the players liked the format, others didn't, some others undecided. And audience reviews still to come in also. In NCAA Top 25 college basketball last night, third-ranked Duke beat Virginia 80-62. It was 19th-ranked Arizona over Baylor 74-67. The rankings are out. The top 10 in men's play will be top-ranked Auburn stays in that position, followed by Florida, Duke, Alabama, Houston, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Texas Tech, and St. John's. On the women's side, your top-ranked team is Notre Dame, followed by Texas, UCLA, USC. Both of those teams suffered losses over the weekend. UConn, South Carolina, LSU, Ohio State, UNC, TCU rounded out. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a thrilling triple overtime win on Saturday over Normal U High in regional quarterfinal action, the Clinton Lady Maroons are back in action tonight when they take on Bloomington Central Catholic from the BCC Regional. Clinton knocked off the Lady Pioneers as a 7 seed and tonight take on the 2nd-seeded Lady Saints. Game time is 6 p.m. The winner advances to play in a regional championship Thursday against the winner of tonight's nightcap between Tremont and Tri-Valley. Hear tonight's action right here on WHOW and all our digital platforms. Class 2A regional semifinal action Tonight, from the Meridian Regional, Paris takes on Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond at 6 o'clock, and Monticello takes on the regional hosts at 7:30. In Maroa Forsyth, from semifinal action on Monday, the Lady Trojans knocked off Warrensburg Latham 55-25, and Sullivan beat Tolono Unity 53-26. From the Peoria Manual Regional, DMAC took down Fieldcrest 66-38. From the St. Joe Ogden Regional, the hosts topped Champaign St. Thomas More 48-32. Class 1A Regional semifinal action from Monday. From the Decatur St. Teresa Regional, St. T knocked off Argenta Oriena 45-22, and Stewartson Strasburg beat Central A&M 51-48. From Gibson City, GCMS took down Armstrong 60-34. Last night in Heyworth, it was Flanagan Cornell over Leroy 48-42, and Heyworth topped Lexington 37-31. From the Roanoke Benson Regional, it was Mount Pulaski outlasting Henry Sonaquine 80-74. In Tuscola, the Lady Warriors beat Martinsville 49-20, and Arcola topped Casey Westfield 45-38. Class 3A Regional semifinal action from Monday. From the Danville Regional, Mahomet Seymour downed Rantoul 63-36. From Taylorville, it was Rochester over Chatham Glenwood 42-33, and Taylorville routed Springfield Southeast 51-19. Last night from the Washington Regional, the Lady Panthers beat Metamora 66-47, and Morton toppled Bloomington 56-33. Class 3A Regional semifinal action for tonight in Danville. The hosts take on Champaign Central at 6 o'clock. Tonight at the Decatur Eisenhower Regional, it's Decatur MacArthur taking on the hosts at 6 p.m. Then Mount Zion takes on Champaign Centennial at 7:30. Tonight in Peoria, Morton battles East Peoria at 6 o'clock, and Lincoln takes on Limestone at 7:30. And tonight from the Peoria Richwoods Regional, it's the hosts taking on Dunlap at 7:30. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.